And welcome back to Money Monday in Bensalem, Pennsylvania. As we return for the Preakness Week. Interesting article by Ronaldo Di Gallo on horseracingtoday.net, the decline of the Preakness stakes in modern racing. You see a link right there. He's talking a little bit about maybe extending out the gap between the Preakness and then again to the Belmont for the Triple Crown. Otherwise, a lot of those good horses aren't going to make that second start, as we see with Sovereignty not running in the Preakness this week. I think he makes some good points. Why don't you read it and then come back and comment on it? Let us know what you think about extending that out. Say good morning to our good friend Don Johnson this morning. Don, how do you do? Thanks for joining us. As always, we appreciate it. If, like Don, you want to say good morning, you have some picks, some thoughts, some ideas, some suggestions, just want to say hi from wherever you are in the world. Just type that into the comment section. Let us know. It helps. Even if you just say hi, it boosts our scores for the search engine. So when people look for horse racing content, they'll find us. Best sort of horse racing content is free content. Guaranteed Tip Sheet today has the free track of the day being Louisiana Downs. You can get that right there. There's a link in the description below. Kindly use that. As we go through the show, too, we have our pay sheets. There's a link in the description on YouTube, along with a link to the explanations in the description on YouTube. Kindly use that to keep, so you kind of know what we're talking about a little bit. All right, Terry. Good morning, Timothy. How are you? Thanks for joining us today.
I'm doing really well.
All right. So you ready for race number 1, Terry?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, 6.5 furlongs is the maiden claiming race, $15,000 claiming price. It's a $19,000 purse for maidens, fillies, 3-year-olds.
Yes, and we certainly have our fair share of maiden races today at Parx. Should be great. I think it'll make for a lot of fun. A wide open card for sure. At 6.5 furlongs, Terry, what we're looking for in a profile of a winner is early speed. 32% of the time, they go wire to wire. Inside post positions are better than outside. We do 1,000 simulations here, Terry, to get a sense of who has the best chance to meet the track bias. In this case, early speed, and who might that be?
Well, as you can see there's lots of early speed, at least with the first 4 horses there, 5, 1, 4, and 8. I think it's anyone's guess on who's going to get that quarter pole first.
Yeah, and you see here, even in the early pace numbers, that matches up. Let's take a look at this race shape, Terry. Well, so far, none have proven they want to be a pilot. No pilot, co-pilot types. The 7, a co-pilot. The 6 and the 8 have closed. The 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wow, those horses not been within 5 lengths of the leader at the finish line. According to our chart over here, Terry, the 2 and the 5 have the most upside. Which one here looks like he might get the most comfortable race, Terry?
Well, it appears to me that the 7 looks like it has the best chance. It's actually having 81% plus chance, followed up by that 3. But, it's going to be very comfortable, I think, that 7 in this race.
Yeah, so what we do is we take our projected early pace, and then we overlay the horse's best performance to see which horse is likely to get a race that looks a lot like that. In these maiden races, Terry, you usually want a horse that's proven it can hit par. 67, not a very high hurdle in this case. Only 2 of them, though, have been able to get up and over that number.
That's right. The 2 and the 5, as you can see there, show that they've hit par in the past, either equal or exceeded the speed par number for this race. And then all the rest are no's, except for the 8 came within 5 points of that. So got a maybe.
I've been looking through these, trying to find some edges again. And one of the things I've found over the last couple of days is almost every single winner showed some improvement, either in terms of their pace or their fractions in the prior start. That's what we see here, Terry. We also see that the 7 has a pretty big last race speed figure edge, 8 points. That's about a length and a half. Every 5 points equals 1 length. Usually, in what looks like a wide open race, the top 4 total pace horses generates a winner too. Terry, who is your winner to get cracking this week?
Well, I like the 8, Me Little Frost Girl. She has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 20% of the maiden claiming races that he has a horse running in. Her best start speed is fast among today's starters. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then number 6, Instant Vision, Ran second versus similar in her last race at Parx Racing. Has a trainer who wins 20% of the races in the second start with this trainer. And the Lace 6 is added. Go Alice Go, the 7, my third choice, ran second versus similar in her last race at Parx Racing. She has the highest last speed rating. And then I like the 3 as my long shot. She drops in class today, has a high percentage winning jockey. No additional bets for me.
We had the same first 3. Me, Little Frost Girl, better early in the last race, better fractions. We talked about the horses that have shown improvement. It's the only horse in here that was better like that. So it's usually a pretty good sign. You got Paco Lopez riding that horse too. Instant Vision, the 6 horse, that is that top total pace horse here. First race with Lasix was second in its last start. Our good friend Chris Parmalou's angle right there. Go Alice Go did run the top last race speed figure, 8 points better than everybody else. A lot of horses either have to come up or that regress. And then the 5 horse Ravenite, that horse has the early speed to get out into the front, gets first Lasix. That's usually a very strong combination, helps the horse breathe at the end of the race. And some okay works getting ready for today. No bets for me either, Terry, because we have $100 to spend however we like, along with our pick 4s. Don Johnson pick 4, the first of which is coming up in race number 2. Got about 5 minutes to get through this one, Terry. So what's it all about?
All right. So race 2 is 6.5 furlongs, optional claiming race. $25,000 claiming price, purse $28,000 for 3-year-olds and upward, which have started for $25,000 or less, which have never won 3 races, or claiming price of $25,000 or never won 3 races.
Timothy going with the 7, 8, 6, and 2 in the opener. Thank you, Timmy. If anybody else has some ideas, please kindly share them with us. I have an idea of how you win at 6.5 furlongs, Terry. We talked about it for the first race. Get out to the front, be on the inside. That'll give you an exceptional chance to win. In race number 2, we do have one that has an exceptional chance to get to the front.
Oh, yeah, that 4 shows lots of speed compared to everybody else. Actually, more than double the speed than the closest horse. So there you go.
Yeah, also a pretty strong C-zone. We're looking for a comfort zone score of over 50%. We got 3 of them in that mix. Everybody here, Terry, wants to be middle forward. That could favor some horses with some late speed. Over here, you see that would be the 3, the 6, the 5, and the 2. In a race where everybody gets a yes and 1 maybe, Terry. So that means they all have a good chance to get to or above a speed figure of 86. Maybe picking the right jockey-trainer combination would be the way to go.
Yeah, you can look here. 6 has the best jockey. I think it has the best trainer. So it's the best, according to that data, the best jockey-trainer combination.
Yeah, 6 moving up in class along with the 3. You got the 1, the 4, and 5 with the 4. Zandu Hawk taking a 1.2 length drop, the biggest class dropper in this field, Terry. Here we see the top total pace horse for that 6. 5 points. It means when you add the early speed and late speed, 1 length better than everybody else with that strong jockey trainer combination. 6 going to win.
Well, I've liked the 6, Mr. Lincoln. Yeah, he won his last race at Parx Racing. His best start speed is fastest among today's starters. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then the 4, my second choice, has won 2 races out of his last 4 starts. Drops in class today, likes the distance. Action Hero, the 3. My third choice won his last race at Parx Racing, has a high percentage winning jockey. Lost and Confused, the 5 is my long shot. Has finished in the money in 5 races out of the last 10 starts at Parx Racing, winning 2 races, and has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. Very first, Miami Vice, Don Johnson pick 4. I'm going to use the 3, 4, 5, 6 with the 1, 3, 5, 6 with the 2, 4, 5. Finish up with the 4, 5. That's a $48 ticket.
Yeah, I'm going to start with Mr. Lincoln as well. Better across the board. I mentioned again when I was going through the sheets, you find the horses that improved. Last race out, that one showed the most improvement, although the 3 horse there with the early pace and early fractions, the only one, maybe one to look out as well. Then I have the 4 horse, our simulation favorite, Zandu Hawk. Really strong chance to be on the front with the over 50% C-zone score. Trumpet Call, the 2 horse. Been off since September. If it just reruns the last time it came off the bench, could be your winner. And then Lost and Confused, how I feel many times. You got Paco Lopez on a highly consistent performer. I'm going to take the Jamie Ness, Mikel Sanchez, put some money to work on 18 to win on the 6, $5 double, 6 over to 1, 2, 5, 6, $10 exacta, 6 over to 2, 4, and 5. And then my 50-cent pick 4, 4, 6, 1, 2, 5, 6, 2, 5, 6, and then 3, 4, 5, and 6. So if the 6 wins every race, hey, I'm going to be a happy dude.
There's a problem in the first race. There's a late scratch of the 6, so we might
Late
want
scratch of the 6, instant vision.
in the first race. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we can make some changes. So with
Okay.
the 6 out, Terry, who would you put in its place?
I moved all of them up and put the 2 as my long shot.
8, 7, 5, and then I would have, if the 6 coming out in that first race, probably the 2 would go in there as well. Whoops, I don't know. Okay, so 2, and then Terry, you have the 7, 3, and 2.
I'd be 8, 6, 7, 3.
Well, you said the 3 is scratch, the 6 is scratch.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm a 8, 6, 7. 8, 7, 3, 2.
That's what I have.
I've got to try to get on board here. So.
All right. So we got a minute then, I guess, with the first race being on hold. Is that about right?
Yep.
Let's see what's going on here. No, it looks like they're starting to get ready to go back into the gates. I don't think we would have enough time to do race number 3. So again, at the end of the show, over at horseracingtoday.net, we will post all of our picks. It'll be right here where you see our good friend Ronaldo's serious face right there. He's a horse racing historian fan, does do a lot of research, so make sure you take a look at that article about the Preakness being moved. We'll also post all of our picks right here when the show is over. Ronaldo's face will come over to here. And then with our picks, you'll see all of our commentary along with the race replay in the video on YouTube. We will timestamp every single race so you could come back and watch them all one by one as the race develops to find out how or why we like what and what we did. Again, in the link in YouTube, in the YouTube description, there are links to our smart sheets as well as the description for them. And then when you're on Horse Racing Today, please hit that HRT gear, support the show, go over and get yourself a Horse Racing Today hat, a t-shirt, get yourself an apron, 10% off if you get 3 products. We greatly appreciate the support. Maybe we can look at race number 1, Terry, and see if we can find any sort of value in race number 1. Right now, according to our simulation odds, if I can only see, but I'm blind as can be. Let's see. The 2 horse, we have simulation odds of 3-1. 10-1 is where the horse is at right now. It's also a par, 1 or 2 par horses in the race. And the highest par plus did show some early race improvement last time out. Maybe the 2 horses one to consider. They're struggling to get the 8 horse into the gate. It's been a little bit rambunctious, I think. And now goes in without incident. So maybe just wanted to get its last words in before it got off and running. All right. So race number 1 is off and they're running. And it's a pretty clean start for a whole bunch of folks in here. Looks like the 4 horse Terry has got into the lead. And according to our simulations, 4 horse would be in that mix. And it's up on the lead at 21-1. Miss Casella is on the lead there, Terry. To the outside is the 8 horse, which is the favorite, Me Little Frost Girl. Down on the rails, the 1 Risky Day. The 2 horse, it's JT's Honor, the overlay, also with a par race in that mix in the opening 4-2. The 3 horse is way in the back there. The 5 horse kind of bounding nicely, being a little bit on the outside. Favorite is giving chase to the front runner. There looks like they're chasing birds on the screen. 5 horse right now, Rabinet, looks like it's moving the best of the bunch coming from the back. If you can get closer, it might have a chance to run by all of these. 47-24 seconds in the opening quarter. Excuse me, opening half. If they ran a quarter that slow and you didn't win, you don't deserve to be on the track. You have the 8 horse on the outside. It looks like you got the 5 horse going to try to find a lane. The 5 horse is going to be a challenge in there. It's the only one I think that's got a chance to threaten the 8 horse. Although the horse on the rail is hanging in there pretty tight. 5 horse is coming with a rush there, Terry. It's going to go 8. I don't know. The 4 horse on the rail is coming back, though. But the 5 horse on the outside going to make it close. Looks like 8, 4, and 5 is the way the opening race goes at Parx today.
Right.
Miss Casilla. Let's see. Well, that's a good news if you like speed horses today, because the 4 horse was considered one of the horses to get to the front. Got to the front, stayed up at the front all day there. We look out over here, a pretty low C zone, though, so kind of interesting. A little bit left arrow action, perhaps. But nonetheless, the 4 horse coming in second place there. All right, Terry, we're off to race number 3 and a 10-race card today. So no stealing today, Terry. It's a full day's work. Another maidens race.
Yeah, that's right. So it's a 6 furlong maiden claiming, $16,000 claiming price. If you elect to put your horse in there, possibly be claimed. And it's a purse of $22,000 for maidens, fillies, mares, 3-year-olds and upward.
So we're going to take a half a furlong off from the first 2. Early speed still does well, although instead of 32% going wire to wire, we're going to have 30% go wire to wire. So being forward is important. The best place to be is on the rail. So Hop for Helga should hop out of the gates and get going there. 2 and 3 get a bonus as well. 4 through 7 a discount. 8 and out is almost fair. So inside 3 or outside speed, Terry, could be useful in race number 3. Again, we find 2 of them, though, that are a little bit faster than the rest.
Yeah, the 6 and the 3 show the most speed in here, especially the 6. But they could go head-to-head if they both get a clean break from that gate.
Yes, indeed. And here you see the 6, the only horse to show race improvement from beginning to end. The only other horse to show improvement was the 5. Remember, I've been going through these sheets, Terry, and finding almost all winners showed improvement in the prior start, along with the 3 improvements for early pace, mid pace, and late pace. 6 has a 5-point last race speed figure edge, has a 6-point total pace edge in there, Terry. 6 has a top season, but don't look so good, does it?
No, it's really low. It's we like it to be above 50%, and it's down around 10.5%. So it's low, but it's the best season in the race, so it's going to be maybe a little bit comfortable in here.
Speaking of best in the race, the 4 has the closest race to par. None of them hitting par so far, Terry, but are there any overlays at least?
Well, we can look at the 1, shows a small overlay, 5-1 to 6-1. The 2 has an overlay from 5-2 to 4-1, and the 4 has an overlay from 7-1 to 10-1. That's about all I see.
Yeah, I see over here, Terry, that for the first time today, I think the only time today, we have a first-time starter. So when you get a first-time starter, 3 points is the max. Everybody is a no or a maybe within 3 points of the par figure for this race, which is 71. Anytime that's the case, you have to give great consideration to a first-time starter. Typically, I prefer a score of 2.5 or more, but you're chasing down a field of no's, Terry. Maybe the one Hop for Helga on that rail can get it done. What do you think in race number 3 will happen?
Well, I like the 6, Kate's Warrior Heart. She finished in the money in 3 career races, finishing second in her last race, and she has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. Silver City Kitty, the 5, is my second choice. Finished 5th in her last race as a favorite, but has a trainer wins 23% of the races when bringing a beaten favorite back to race again. And she has a high percentage winning jockey, Paco Lopez. And then I like that 1, that first-time starter, Hop for Helga. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and the rail post of winning 22% clipped. And then number 3 is my long shot, Drop Sugar. She has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 37% of the races in the second career race that a horse has. And Lasix and blinkers are added today. So that's it.
I'm going to go with the 2-horse Seth's War Song. Did great out as our second best top total pace horse, second best in terms of its simulation odds. The reason I picked that is because it's the only lone, what I call lone maiden special weight dropper. Got to put those horses in your picks, especially if you're going to get a decent price. Kate's Warrior Heart, better across the board, the only horse in the race, as we saw in our smart sheets that got that designation. So far, 3 races in the money, and does have the top last race speed figure and the top total pace number in there too. Hop for Helga is that first-time starter versus a field of no's and 1 maybe. Again, anytime they're all no's and maybes, the first-time starter has to get a look. And then Silver City Kitty, the 5-horse, was the 3 to 5 favorite in this last. So people put some lighter fluid on their money and burnt that. But cutting back in distance should help here today. Getting Paco Lopez helps. And this horse is only making its 3rd career start, so a big potential for a bounce-back race today with Paco on board. Race 4 is where we'll bounce to next, Terry. What are the conditions to get into this one?
Okay, we're going to stretch out to a mile, and it's a maiden claiming race, $40,000 claiming price, $32,000 purse for maidens, 3-year-olds and upward.
One trip around the track, Terry, start, finish line in the same place. What you're looking for at Parx, typically speed, 36%. The bus goes wire to wire. There's a rail discount for atrocious, so look out for that. The rest, they play close to fair, so only horse that really kind of makes it a little bit close to a deal breaker, maybe not a deal breaker, but certainly got to work harder, is the rail horse atrocious. But we see that's also the only one to hit par so far, Terry.
That's correct. The one's the only one that has. And then as far as who maybe would do it today, you've got a couple in here. The 1 and the 5 have the best par plus numbers in here.
So par plus, just a quick explanation. Again, you can find the explanation to all of this data in the description on YouTube. We do 1,000 simulations where we generate a potential speed figure. And in that case, out of 1,000, 474 times, Jackson's Legacy, our simulation favorite, did generate a speed figure of at least 82. So high probability today that Jackson's Legacy gets to par or better. Also, a horse showed some improvement there along with the 2 and the 6. Those are your improvements. A little bit of second quarter fractional improvement for arch competitor last time out. One thing we see here, Terry, for the first time today is what we call second race par ability. That means Jackson's Legacy today is its second start. And with typical or upper end second race improvement, could see its speed figure spike to as high as 94. Good chance to happen, Terry, because you got a good jockey on that one too.
Sure does, but also the 4 has a good jockey, and also the 4 has the best trainer, and I think it's the best jockey-trainer combination.
Here we see the 1 and the 6 want to be on the lead. The 2, 3, 4, and 5, they want to close. That generally helps speed horses, but the 5 horse, Terry, is the one we suspect will be on the lead. We call those left arrow horses closers that have a good chance to be forward today. They can be difficult to beat, especially if they have a 15-point or 3-length total pace advantage in that second start. Terry, is that horse going to come through for us today on top?
Well, I think so. I like it. Jackson Legacy, the 5, finished third versus similar in his last race, has the highest last speed rating. He's actually tied with another horse. His best start speed is fastest among today's starters, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and switches to high percentage winning jockey Paco Lopez. Then I like the 2, Not a Dime Back. He ran second versus similar in his last race. His best start speed is fastest among today's starters. He's actually tied with the 5, and he has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. And then Pastoral, the 4, is my third choice, finished in the money in 2 career races, finished in third in his last race, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I like the 6, my long shot. He finished second in his last race as a favorite, but he has a trainer who wins 31% of the races when bringing a beaten favorite back to race again, and a high percentage winning jockey. I'm going to play the second pick 4, Miami Vice, Don Johnson, 2, 4, 5, 6 with the 3, 4, 5 with the 2, 3, 5, 6 with the 3, 4, $48 ticket.
Yeah, I had a hard time just taking 2 horses any race in my pick 4. 5 horse, second race improvement on the lead. Paco, 8, no chance in hell that horse would be 6-1. Number 6, Encrypt, is a maiden special weight dropper. Again, Terry, last race was better than it looks. It was faster by more than a second. So real quick, let's talk about that so you can kind of see how I come up with that. Last race, your horse ran a mile at Parx, right? Final time was 141 and 141 and 2. So it looks pretty similar on paper, except this race here, it was 7 3/4 lengths off. Every 5 lengths is roughly 1 second. Add another 2.5 in there, so 1.5 seconds faster, Terry, because that time around it finished second by a neck. So plenty of improvement in that last start. After that, I have Not a Dime Back, 2 horse. Just missed at a higher level last out. Should be better in the second start after a layoff. And then finally, the 4 horse. Pestero, track dropper, and the top jockey, and Mikel Sanchez. The workouts at Parx been pretty good. That's probably your winner, folks, because it's always the one I leave off my pick 4 ticket. 2, 5, 6, 3, 4, 6, 2, 5, 7, 4, 5, and 8 for the second of my Miami Vice Don Johnson pick 4s. Race 5 marks the end of the first half of this 10-race card, Terry, and we stay in the maiden claiming ranks.
We sure do, and we're at 6.5 furlongs, and it's a maiden claiming race of $15,000 claiming price, $19,000 purse for maidens 3-year-olds.
Yes, indeed. Don Johnson, right. Hit that like button. It is absolutely 1,000% free. It's a great way to support the channel. If you like our content, please hit the like wherever you are. If you're watching on X, you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. Our goal is to get to 10,000 as fast as we can. Both of those companies will unleash more tools to help our program grow faster. Comments really help. Come back, look at the races again afterwards, because any interactivity and your return to watch us really boosts our search engine scores.
Yeah, he says that the like button isn't working, so we might want to check that later.
No, that would be that for us, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That would be a YouTube-y thing. I mean, I wish we had. Maybe they turn it off because we get so many likes they don't believe us, Terry. I don't know.
Maybe. Who knows?
Because our like to dislike ratio is like 97% or something. It's off the charts good. So, and we get a few complainers, but what are you going to do? That's life, right? When you get stuff for free, it's usually pretty good. You still complain? I don't know, man. Maybe think about some Prozac.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyhow, in race number 5 at 6.5 furlongs, we're first race, second race, 6.5 furlongs. So we know early speed does well. 32% of the time, it wins on the lead, inside better than outside. So do we have anybody in race number 5, Terry, that can be on the lead on the inside and maybe get the job done?
Well, 3, 4, and 2 all show early speed. So it's really anybody's guess, I would say, who's going to get to that quarter pole first.
Yeah, it looks like it's anybody's guess if anybody's going to get to par today.
Right. Yeah, nobody shows any that they've ever exceeded or equaled the par speed number for last race, and they don't show that they have a possibility to do it today. So
I'm sure one of them might get up in there.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
If you're looking for improvement, and everybody but the 6-horse showing some improvement, although the 6-horse does have, interestingly, the biggest in-race edge, about a 2-length late speed, about a 1-length total pace advantage in there, Terry. Some trainer has a 0 screw and everything up in there, so I'll have to correct that later on. But as far as jockeys are concerned, it looks like the 4 and the 5, and one of them looks like a good overlay, and they're in the middle of those.
Yeah, actually, it's the 3 and the 5, but yeah, the 3, it looks like the best jockey in here. So there you go. And then overlays, you got the 2 that shows a nice 3-1 to 5-1. The 3 shows from 6 to 5 to a nice 9 to 2. That'd be nice if you could get that. And the 4 isn't actually an overlay.
No, it's a little bit the other way around. Our race shape says watch out for the 4 if it gets the lead. It is a loney. You should press the pace early on along with the 3. We'd certainly like to see the C zone higher. If the 1 can bust to the lead, that only hitting the 2 above 50%. The 4 on the front, the 2 co-pilot, everybody else not within 5 lengths of the leader at the finish line, Terry. Everybody's a no. Is this an all race?
It looks like it. It certainly does, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
But in this race, I like the 4 Don't Post It. She finished 3rd in her last race. She has the highest last speed rating, and her early speed running style will help chances. So this shorter distance can help her. And then Persuasive, the 5 is my second choice, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning turner, wins 31% of the races. In the second race, after claiming a horse, and blinkers are added today. Our special, the 3, is my third choice, has a trainer, wins 20% of the races in the second start with this trainer. Her best start speed is fast among today's starters. She has a high percentage winning jockey, and the added Lasix. Mia Counting, the 2 is my long shot, has a high percentage winning trainer and can improve while returning to a sprint. I didn't make any additional bets here.
All right, so let's see. Well, the like button just worked for me, Don. So whatever broken, maybe you just need to restart your computer. I don't know. Are you there, Terry?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, because I just went really quiet. I like the 3-horse, our special simulation favorite. That's in our pay sheets right here. I mean, not our pay sheets, our smart sheets. Our good friend Chris Parmalu. First Lasix today, and does show some speed. A lot of times, from my experience, horses that show a lot of speed and get that first dosage of Lasix, they carry their speed straight to the finish line. Don't Post It is the lone horse we saw in our chart over there. Should be forward today, too. Should be comfortable. 6, Lady Amelie, biggest in-race edge, 2-length late speed and top total pace, 5 points. It is a maiden special weight dropper. You always got to look out for those. And then Persuasive is a Naira track dropper for Jamie Ness. But here's the concern for me about this Jamie Ness horse, Terry. I think this looks like a business decision to me, Terry, to be honest with you. And the reason it looks like a business decision to me is they bought this horse for $40,000 at Aqueduct, right?
Yep.
And then today they're tossing it into maiden claiming 10. So you can buy it for 15. So you can buy it for 15. That's a $25,000 loss right there, right?
Right. Yeah.
And then you're going to get 60% of 19. So let's just move that up to 20 grand. You're going to get $12,000 if it wins. That's $37,000. That's a $3,000 loss if it wins. They know it's going to get claimed. So they're willing to lose money to get rid of this horse. That really concerns me a little bit. Private Ross in race number 5. Good to see you, our good friend, the 1 and the 2. He's getting a little bit ahead of us about race number 6 with the 2 and the 6. Race 6 does open up the second half of today's card. And we get out of the maiden ranks there, Terry, with what?
We're going to go out to a mile and 70 yards. It's a claiming race, 12,500, purse 23,000 for 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won 3 races.
So at $170, imagine this, Terry, speed. 34%. There's only 134 in Chicago, and that has to be Walter Payton. Inside horses are better than outside horses. So in the 6th race, Terry, in the mile and 70 yards, any of them going to gallop out to the front? Oh, look at that. This is going to be hot between those 3.
It is. It could go head to head. I think it depends on who gets the best break and the best decision by the jockey. So,
well, if it's the best decision, the best jockey, who's that going to be?
Well, it looks like to me that it's going to be the 5 for the jockey, the 7 for the trainer, but the 5 looks like the best jockey trainer combination to me.
Yeah, pretty solid. You got 2 horses dropping 1 length in class today. That's the inside horse and the outside. Zappy Fishbein and Curlin Gunner. Terry, all of them been within 5 lengths of today's par speed figure of 82, within 5 points, not 5 lengths. All of them within 1 length. A few of them, though, have actually hit the number.
That's right. The 2, 3, and 7 have actually equaled or exceeded that speed number for today's race. So, and in the future, for today's race, the 2, 3, and 7 and 5 looks like the 5 too, right?
Yep, indeed.
2, 3, and 7 and 5 are all got a chance to also exceed or equal that speed part number.
Yeah, all of them are showing some improvement. The 4 and 5 last time out showing faster fractions. Our race shape here is pretty balanced. 2 on the front, 2 in the middle, 2 in the back. Of the horses that are going to get the best trip, Terry, it looks like the 7, and then the 3, and then maybe the 5. So the odd numbered horses, just coincidentally. Take a look at those.
Yep.
Our top 4 total pace horses, we have 1 even number, and then we go back to all the odd horses again, Terry. So maybe just bet the odd ones because that seems to be the code for that. What do you think?
Well, I like in this race the odd. Start with an odd number. The 5, Take Me to the Moon, finished 3rd in his last race, has a high percentage winning trainer, and he switches a high percentage winning jockey, Paco Lopez. And I like that 2, Zappy Fishbein. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and he has the highest speed figure at today's distance. Tis Donegal. The 3 is my 3rd choice, finished in the money in 5 races out of 8 career starts. And he won 2 of those. He has a high percentage winning trainer, wins the 31% of the races when taking a horse from a sprint to a route. And he has the best start speed among today's starters. I like number 6 is a long shot, Hat Maker Gizmo. He won his last race at Penn National, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. No additional bets for me here.
Take Me to the Moon. It's got to be a song from your era, Terry, because I kind of remember that. It is your possible pace setter. It was faster early in its last race, and you have Paco, so why not? Zappy Fishbein probably should be rated first, but it's the most consistent horse in the field. But really, I think 2 wins in 40-some-odd races, so just statistically doesn't like to win. Curlin Gunner. This one, Terry, faster by about 2 seconds last time out, but so far, Parx 0 for 5, so maybe not the favorite track. But it is our top C zone, so you got some conflicting data there. And then the 3 horse, Tis Donegal, going to be forward. Horse is making the 3rd start for the first time in its career. I call those finally healthy horses. So again, just taking a look at the past performances here with Brisnet. They should pay us because we promote them enough. Here you go. That's Frankie Pennington riding. Great jockey. So you see 2 races, break, 2 races, break, 2 races, break, 3 races in a row for the first time. So who knows? We're going to get a boom or bust race today, folks. If he booms, he wins. If he doesn't, he busts. I think we have enough time to do race 7 for the late pick 4 in here, Terry. Maybe if we go fast enough, 7 and 8. But let's at least try to get 8 done with some good details.
Okay, well, the 7 is a 7 furlong race. It's a claiming $10,000 claiming price, purse $26,000 for 3-year-olds and upward, which have not won a race since February 12th. Claiming races for $8,000 or less not considered, or which have never won 4 races.
Paco is not his day today. All right. Well, Private Ross, I like the bold calls. It seems like every day at Parx is Paco because it starts with P. Paco and Parx, both with 4 letters. Both are 4-letter words in the horse racing community at times. All right. 7 furlongs in race number 7. Just pick the 7 horse to win. I think that's all you need to do. Keep the 7s alive. But early speed does well again. 32% wire to wire. The rail for Thirsty Pappy is strong. 2 and 3 also outperformed. 4 through 7, it's the worst place to be. 8 and out is discounted too. Just some improvement off of those middle horses, Terry. So as we've talked about in every race so far, which seems like we talk about every time we do Parx, early speed, and looks like the guy on the rail is the one they're all going to have to pass at some point.
Yeah, that one shows the most speed. All of them show speed, but the one has the most speed. So if he gets a clean break, it'll get that quarter pole first.
Yeah, you see here, the 1, no improvement last time out. The 3 horse, no improvement last time out. The 5 and the 6, no improvement last time out. The 7, showing improvement both in pace and in fractions. Maybe, Terry, this might be a place where a long shot can come in. We shall see. Race shape, no pilot or co-pilot types. We do have co-pilots right here with the 1 and the 4. The 2 horses at PC, very versatile, can be anywhere on the track. Everybody else wants to close. This typically does favor some early speed, Terry. Could favor the PC horse too, Terry, which is the highest C zone. So maybe the 2 gets the best trip.
Yeah, that's right. The 2 shows an 89% C zone, so it's going to be very comfortable in this race.
It's also one of 3 horses to actually have a yes. But everybody else has been very close to going above par. Only one, Terry, the 7, not showing a par plus. Which one should you bet on if you like the jockey-trainer combination?
It looks like to me that 3 has the best jockey, 5 has the best trainer, but the 3 has the best combination of jockey and trainer.
Yes, 8, 4, 3, and 2, the best combination of early speed and late speed in there. Terry, there's another one of those races where it looks like you can pull a number out of a hat and probably do just as well. Which numbers did you pull out of your hat?
Well, I like the 3, Keith Sens Shallow. He finished 5th in his last race as a favorite, but has a trainer, wins 31% of the races when bringing a beaten favorite back to race again, drops in class today, and he has high percentage winning jockey Paco Lopez.
But it's not his day today, says.
No, it's not. I know. Yeah. And then 4, Jules of the Bay, finished the 3rd versus similar in his last race, has a high speed favorite today's distance, high percentage winning trainer and jockey, Salon Louis. The 2's my 3rd choice, won his last race at Parx Racing. His best start speed is fast among today's starters. He can handle today's distance. Lucky Dude, the 6 is my long shot. He finished in the money in 50% of the races at Parx Racing. Has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. The last pick 4, Miami Vice, Don Johnson. 2, 3, 4, 6 with the 1, 4 with the 1, 3, 4. Finish up with the 3, 5, 8, and 9, a $48 ticket.
Well, I have to say, Private Ross, so far it's been 100% Paco's day, right? He was on the 8 horse in the opening race that took home the top prize there. I will start with the 4 horse in here, Jules in the Bay in this race. The reason I like that one, if my computer would cooperate, is because better from the middle out, last time out. Usually that's a pretty good sign for a horse to keep that momentum into the next race. Fenwick Bay, the 5 horse, is my 2nd choice. The cut back in distance, going to help this horse today. The 8 horse, Assad, top par plus horse. Also, better early pace in its last, and the top total pace horse. Number 3, Keith Sens, hello, Paco. Ain't his day. but it probably will be Jamie Ness's day. If it can just run back to throw out that last race and the 3 previous before that, any one of them would be a winning effort in all likelihood today. My pick 4, 3, 4, 5, and 8, 2, 4, 3, 4, and 6 with the 3, 8, 9, and 12. Terry and I with the same, in terms of how we laid it out, betting strategy, but a lot different horses across the board there. So looks like the afternoon card could be pretty wide open. Looks like race number 2, Terry's not all that far from starting. Yeah, they're in the gates there. Again, free picks today at Guaranteed Tip Sheet for Louisiana Downs. There is a link in the description below. Also, a link to the explanations for our Smart Sheets, as well as today's Smart Sheets for Parx. In a little bit, we will post all of our picks right here. I would read that article from Ronaldo. It's a pretty good read regarding the decline, and we've seen this, of the Preakness and how to bring it back into its prominence. And Tom and I talked a little bit about that. Wouldn't be surprised to see the Preakness end up in Saratoga or something like that because of the success of the Belmont Stakes at Saratoga. But the Belmont Stakes has always been, I think, like behind the Derby, the second biggest race for 3-year-olds. Maybe like the Travers or something like that, actually probably bigger than the Preakness too. All right, so race number 2, Terry, they're about to get cooking in race number 2. Let's see what we have here for race number 2. Who do we think is going to get the lead, and how does that actually play out? Well, the 6 horse is a 3-5 favorite. It's not. If I were at the track, I probably wouldn't bet that guy today, but so be it. The 1 horse and the 4 horse, as our simulations projected, are first and second. And the 6 horse is sitting in third. So he's pretty far gap off that 1 and that 4 horse. Big way to go. 4 horse really sprinting out to a lead right now in Zanduhak at 21 and 62. So that horse is going along at a pretty good clip, Terry. I wonder sometimes why they do that, to be honest with you. You're 3 lengths ahead of everybody else, and you're blazing for 6.5 furlongs. That's a pretty... I mean, you just got to hope that the other horses lose hope, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But it doesn't look like anybody's really closing ground on him right now, so he might be able to get away with it. 44 and 82, I don't know. That's fast. Really fast. The other 2 horses are trying to make their way up to him. It looks like the 6 horse got the best chance of catching him. We'll see if he does at 3-5. Yeah, he's going to run right by him. The question, though, is what the 5 is going to do, because the 5 horse is coming. 6 horse is running sideways right now. Not my favorite thing at all. Jockey's really getting into him to get going, because the 4 horse is hanging tough there. 6 horse going to go by the 4. It's going to go 6, then 4, then 5. 6, 4, 5. I really wish I would have got better than 3-5 odds on. Well, I went to 4-5 at the end there, Terry. So, well, I just need the double to come through, and I'm pretty much home free with my bets on the day. I don't know if it'll calculate to more than $100, but we'll find out, right? So race number 2, it went 6, 4, and 5. So there we go.
All right.
And I was thinking about just doing an exact straight up 6, 4, 2, but I hedged my bet a little bit. All right. So race number 8, Terry, is next on our list. That's the next in the picks for Private Ross with the 1, the 2, and the 6. 3 races to go today. And then tomorrow, of course, we'll be back for Parx tomorrow. On Wednesday, we're going to go to Delaware for our good friends in Turkey who love them some Delaware racing. On Thursday, we'll be back at Belmont at the Big A. Friday, Thomas and I to the Curragh for some weekend racing in Ireland. And in order to make sure you tune in and don't miss any of that, Tom had a really nice $250 exacta to close out the show on Friday. So at Linkfield for 4 and Friday, I had the winner in the first 4 races. So really good day on 4 and Friday. If you don't want to miss 4 and Friday, Terry, what's the best thing you can do?
Well, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the little bell that notifies you about all these great shows like 4 and Fridays, and then copy the link down below and help send it out to all the people you know so they can come and check us out. Go to our social sites such as X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky at Horse Race, the number 2 day. Give us a thumbs up and a like, and keep these comments and picks comments that's going on. We love to see them, and it helps us out with our algorithms.
Mm-hmm. Watch Razors. Why would you tell them to watch Razors paddock show? I mean, I love Razor, good guy, but You're supposed to promote our show, Private Ross. What's wrong with you, my boy? Just kidding, of course. 6 furlongs, Terry, for race number 8. Take it away.
All right, so it's 6 furlongs, as you said, and it's a claiming race, $7,500 claiming race, purse $24,000 for 3-year-olds and upward, and there you go.
6 furlongs does favor horses that have some giddy up and go, Terry. In fact, about 35% of the time, 30% of the time, the horse that has the first call at the first call has the first call at the final call. The rail, Sophia's Prince, is the best place to be. 2 and 3 also get a bonus. 4 through 7 a discount. 8 and out, some improvement over the middle horses, but still a little bit below fair. Inside 3 speed, Terry, in race number 8, could go all the way, and we do have some inside 3 speed.
You do. You have 3 horses that are pretty close to one another, the 2, 6, and 3. So it just depends on who gets, of course, the best break and gets going. So
that's another race. There's another, if you're just looking at par races and par plus, looks like another race where the all button could be the best button.
Yeah, that's right. They all show that they've equaled or exceeded the par speed number for this race in the past, and they all show that they can do it again today.
Indeed. So all except for the 6 horse showed some improvement. You got 2 class droppers in here. That is the 3 and the 7. Otherwise, everybody else holding fast. Terry, who's going to hold the advantage, if you like, a jockey or trainer?
Well, the 3 and the 6 both have pretty good data. They both look like the best jockeys in here, but the 3 has the best trainer, and I think the 3 has the best trainer-jockey combination.
All right, so let's take a look at the race shape. No true pilot type, though the 4 or the 6 could take the pilot role. 2 horse, that's a pressure, so it wants to sit behind one of these 2 in all likelihood. The 3 is a lone PC, Remarkable Mo. That horse can be just about anywhere on the track. Looks like it'll be forwardly placed in there. Also, our top C-zone horse, Terry, and you also have 3 closers in there. As far as anything else to look at here, Terry, the 4 horse is your horse that has a 10-point last race speed figure. The 6 horse has the biggest in-race edge with a 1 length late speed. So again, a lot of horses here proving they can win this race, Terry. So if you're looking for value, where would you start?
Well, it looks like to me you'd start with the 1. You get 7-2 to 4-1, and then the 3 shows a little bit of value from 9-2 to 8-1. So there you go.
The 1 and the 3, and that's it. Again, all of them hit par so far. These are your top total pace horses: the 1, the 2, the 4, and the 6. Again, 7 out of 10 times, a little bit more than that, you'll find the winner in this group, Terry. Probably a higher percentage, you'll find the winner in Terry's group. And who is it?
Well, this is my pick of the day. 4 up against it. He likes Parx Racing. He's finishing the money 60% of the races, winning 50% of the starts. Distance will not cause a problem, as he's been in the money 63% of the time and won 50% of those starts. Then Sophia's Prince, the 1, is my second choice, finishing the money in his last 4 races. His last race and the Royal Post is winning at a 22% clip. And then my man Woody, the 2, finished 3rd versus him in his last race. He has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 19% of the claiming races he has a horse running in. And then Remarkable Mo, the 3, is my long shot, has won 3 races out of 8 starts at Parx Racing, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I'm going to bet 15 to win, 25 to place on number 4. Then I'm going to bet a $10 exacta 1 on top of the 4 second, exacta box. And then a $10 exacta 4 on top with the 1, 2, 3, and 6.
I should point out, I know the last couple of days, our bets, I know I think 2 days in a row your horse finished second, Terry, but you had the exacta that puts you above water for the day, if I remember correctly.
That's correct, yes.
And same thing here for me. I had a trifecta on Thursday or Wednesday that got me above water. And then the exacta I had put me above water. So both of us above water for the last couple of days. I think based upon that last race in race number 2 with the, race number 2, I had a $10 exacta, paid 7. So for $1, so $70, and then 18 to win on the 6. So what does that get me, Terry? So that gets me $3.80 times 9 is what, $32?
Yep.
So I'm above water. I'm barely above water. So it's all going to come down to that $5 double. Hopefully I get a long shot in there for that race, and I'll be above water again. And Terry will be above water when his 4-horse wins, because I think that's going to be your winner too. Although whenever we agree on that, Terry, it's usually a jinx for you. So you might start paying me to pick somebody else.
Yeah. Could
But
be.
this horse up against it did run the top last race. Speed figure was 10 points better than everybody else. My man, a lot of those horses have to improve, or that one has to regress. It is our top total pace horse as well. All of the pace numbers were better from start to finish. My man, Woody, the 2-horse, my second choice in there, should be forward. Weight break today, combined with a cut in distance, both of them should add up to a better performance. Sophia's Prince gets that rail bonus today, Terry, faster by about a second in its last race. And then the 3-horse, Remarkable Mo, top C zone, was a very hard call for me over the 6 to slip in her. But that horse's race was pretty awful last time out. And the cutback in distance is also going to benefit Remarkable Mo. 2 races to go. That means we got the late daily double beginning in race number 9. And to get into this one, how would you qualify?
6.5 furlongs, optional claiming race. That's a $100,000 claiming price if you like to put your horse in there, possibly be claimed. Purse is $55,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upwards. Allowance or optional claiming price of $100,000.
Yes, indeed. So at 6.5 furlongs, it'll be the 4th, I think, of 10 races today. So we're going to have a pretty good taste. And what we saw in the first 2 is, just don't go out too fast. Be forward like the 6-horse was running 3rd, right? Just like we projected it would. And then it ended up getting 1st, although the 4 did hang up on the front there with some pretty fast fractions. So speed does look like it's the way today. 32% of the time it wins wire to wire. Inside is better than outside, although in the first 2 races, outside horses won. So maybe the post position bias you can wave bye-bye to. But if you're looking for speed, you do find one in here, Terry, that's a lot quicker than the rest, at least according to our numbers.
That's right. That 6-horse Mystic Seaport has all the speed in the world, as you can see. So should get that quarter pole first.
Along with that, Terry, the 6-horse is a left arrow horse. It's a PC type. Most of the field wants to be middle back, so get forward and you got a great chance. And not only is it a PC type with a great chance to get on the lead, Terry, it's also our top comfort zone horse.
It is. It's got a really good comfort zone data. A lot of them do in here. So a lot of these horses are going to be comfortable running this race.
So maybe having the right jockey trainer combination, looks like the 6 might fit that bill too.
That's correct. The 6 has the best jockey, best trainer, and the best trainer jockey combination.
Also the only horse to show some faster fractions last time out. Otherwise, everybody else putting up some better pace numbers somewhere along the track, Terry. And everybody also putting up races that can hit or come close to running to par.
Yeah, they all do, except for the 3 shows a maybe. So they all either equaled or exceeded the par speed number in the past. And then all of them show that they have a chance to do it, especially the 4 gets above a 50% for today.
Also a nice overlay. Any other nice overlays?
Yeah, the 2 shows an overlay from 5 to 2 to 8 to 1. And the 4, as you said, 6 to 5 to 4 to 1.
4 also on our speed chart showing the most upside. Again, looking at the speed chart, this is the high watermark for speed figure relative to the other horses in the field. This is the low watermark. So these horses are all in a pretty tight range. The red dot is the average race for these horses. So this looks like a pretty competitive race. That's what Par Plus tells us. Foxy Jr., Terry, is our simulation favorite. Also a 3-point last race speed figure advantage. The 2-horse, though, that one grades out as the top total pace, about a length and a half better than everybody else. Looks like there's a lot of different ways you can go to start your late double. Which way did you go?
I went with Foxy Jr., the 4. She loves to win. She's won 6 races out of her last 7 starts. Drops a class today, and she has a high percentage winning trainer. Then I like the 3 as my second choice. Is 1 for 1 at Parx Racing. Drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 23% of the allowance races. He has a horse running in, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. Confirmed star, the 1 is my third choice, has finished in the money in 9 races out of 10 starts at Parx Racing, winning 4 of those, and has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. The 6 is my long shot, Mystic Seaport. She has won 7 races out of her last 7 starts, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. No additional bets for me here.
So who's the Blade? I haven't heard of the Blade. So comments, everybody tell people to listen to shows other than ours. You know what? I'm secure in what we do, Terry, because nobody has the smart sheets. That's a creation of our own. More to come on that too, hopefully very soon. Some miscommunication. They're not available for sale yet anywhere. They will be, I promise you. We'll have an answer to that very shortly. I assure everybody who's interested in them. And I think as they develop with some more ideas, you'll find that they're going to get better and better and better. Thank you for your time today, Don. I like the 6-horse Mystic Seaport. That one's going to get to the front. And I think have a really good chance to stay there with the top C zone. And you got Jamie Ness, Mikel Sanchez, dynamic duo, Batman and Robin. Foxy Jr., top last race speed figure, also has the simulation favorite status and our top par plus horse. A lot of reasons to think that one's going to win. 3, Carmelina, first time Lasix. The only other time the horse run at Parx, it won. It's been all or nothing, though, on a fast track. Either wins or finishes out of the money. 8 races, 4 wins, and then 4 off the boards. And then Confirmed Star, the one horse was a tough call for me over the 2, Chapa, but it's never been off the board in 14 races at Parx. And the other horse is a Penn Shipper, the 2. And you know how much I love Penn Shippers, Terry, despite having that top total pace edge over the rest of the field.
Yep.
All right. Hello, Ramon Albanez. Saludos from Venezuela. Saludos from Chicago and from California, from Terry. I don't understand the one horse today. It's only supposed to win once a day, yet the crypto code plays him as heavy. Well, maybe the one horse does win. The rail posts do get advantage at almost every track. So if the crypto code said play to 1, I don't have any problem with that. Race 10, Terry, final race for you and me. Again, tomorrow we'll do Parx. Wednesday, back to Delaware for our good friends in Turkey. And then Aqueduct or Belmont at Aqueduct, whatever you want to call it, on Thursday. The Cura for Saturday and Sunday racing on Friday. Don't miss any of that. You see our social sites streaming down below. Kindly pick them all. Subscribe to them all. We would greatly appreciate it. For the last time today, Terry, what are they running for here?
6 furlongs, claiming race, $7,500 claiming price, purse $21,000 for 3-year-olds or 4-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races.
So inside 3 speed, Terry, we know that is the way. The rail is the best for Birthday Bond Rob. And I really highly considered this horse until I saw last time out it finished 21 lengths off the lead. That's not very good. But other than that, Terry, who shows some speed in what looks like a wide open finale?
Well, the 6 and the 4 are 6 and the 12 are very close to one another. And so they could get out of that gate together and get to that quarter pole first.
I mean, take out the 11, right? It's all the even number horses. So
Yeah.
One race was all the odds. Now we're all the evens. So yeah, maybe the 12 horse gets to the lead. Nobody so far, Terry, shown that they can get to a speed figure of 80. Who's likely to get it done today?
Well, it looks like to me the 3, the 9, and the 12 have a real good possibility of equaling or exceeding today's speed part number.
Yeah, bad advice might indeed be that, but it has a small chance in there. So if we saw that horses that have a chance to win usually showed some improvement last time out, maybe you can put a line through the 4, Superness. I'm not so sure, but maybe. It is one of them that has a par opportunity in here, Terry. Maybe overlays are the way to go. I don't know. This race looks like just about anything could happen. So if you're looking for good odds plays, where would you start?
Well, the 3 shows from 7-2 to 5-1, and then that 12 shows a nice 3-1 to 5-1. So there you go.
Class droppers. So the biggest class dropper is the 3, Bear or Bull, going down 1.4 lengths. It looks like it's also in the conversation for best jockey trainer combination.
That's right. That actually the 2 is the best jockey, but the 3 also has a good numbers for jockey. But the 9 to me has the best trainer, and as far as the best combination, that 9 is the best trainer combination.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the 9 in there. Amazing. Woo, Ronnie. Woo, if you ever been to Chicago. So you got the 4 horses that want to be on the lead. This one horse, Terry, Lone Pea, Sesame Street horses. They are dangerous because they are unlike the others. And what makes it even more dangerous is look at that C zone, Terry.
Yeah, the one shows a really nice speed, almost 90%, and followed up by that 4 and a 5. So,
And he's a maybe one in there too.
Yeah, they'll be very comfortable. So
Yeah, he's also showed some better early pace, better early fractions, along with the 10 horse, the only 2 horses that can make that claim. I tell you, the biggest in-race advantage in here belongs to the 3, almost a 2-length late speed advantage. Well, the 12 is your simulation favorite. So all of the odd horses in here, except this time, Terry, the 12 horse. So do we take all the odds and just throw the 12 in, or how did you wind this one down?
Well, I like the 9, Amazing Woo. He finished third in his last race. He switches a high percentage winning trainer, likes today's distance. Hoppy time the 5, won his last race at Parx Racing, has a high percentage winning jockey. The 8, Bad Advice, finished third in his last race. He has the highest last speed rating. And then I like the 3, Bear or Bull. He has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 18% of the races when taking a horse from a sprint to a route to a sprint, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. No additional bets for me as I'm out of money.
Yes, indeed, we both are. Well, I have a bet here. It's my other bet on the day. So if I can get the double, this could be gravy for me, Terry, and it would be gravy if the 9 were to win.
Yeah.
That one is Amazing. Woo, Ronnie. Woo, Cubs. Woo, win. Woo. If you've ever been to Chicago, you know what I'm talking about. Very consistent performer in the money, 3 out of 3 races so far at Parx since coming over from the Gulfstream Park up the I-95. Bear Bull does have the biggest in-race advantage with a 9-point late speed or 2-length edge over everybody else. If it's not the closer, it'll be the front runner, the Rabbit, the 12. Insisting should be on the lead as your simulation favorite. And then Bad Advice. Cut back in distance helps here today, Terry. I'm going to do a $1 trifecta, 3, 5, 8, 9, and 12 over to 3, 9, and 12 over to 3, 5, 8, 9, and 12. I think that's $36. If I remember correctly. I hope I remember correctly, but if I don't, I overspent. Terry will break my knuckles for sure. The ruler, that's what he does. All right, so let's see here. We got for Private Ross. Did you give us a race 10? Yes, you did. You gave us the 1, 2, and 6. In race 9, you gave us the 1 and the 6 there for sure. Let's see. Terry's best bet of the day, race 10. You like the 9 horse. I would like to say Razor's both cryptic and cultic. He likes to drink Jack Daniels during the show. No one could do that, but I could do that. I don't drink anymore. Race 2, do you got the 5? Well, race 2 is over, my friend, and I think in race number 2, the 6 horse won. Isn't that right, Terry? Yes, it was.
That's correct. 6 won that race. 4 ran second.
Mm-hmm. If you haven't done so already, kindly hit the subscribe button. Follow us on our social sites below. In just a few minutes over at Horse Racing Today, not only can you read Ronaldo's story about the decline of the Preakness in modern racing, but we'll post all of our picks and commentary right here. Just click on that. There will be a replay of the show. Within the description of YouTube, there is a link to our explanations as well as the SmartSheets Today and free picks, the guaranteed tip sheet for Louisiana Downs. While you're on Horse Racing Today, click there, get yourself a number 5 hat, just like our good friend Terry is sporting. You save a little bit of money if you do 3 things at once. Again, Terry and I will be back for Parx tomorrow. Real quick, as we run through the races, race 4 is the next bet. Pick 4 for Terry coming up, as well as for me. Race number 7, that is the next pick 4. There you see the bets right there. Race number 8 is Terry's best bets. You see right there, the 4 horse is the way to go. And in the finale, I have a trifecta in what looks like an anything can happen race. All right, Terry, we're back for Parx tomorrow. Here are the full slate of picks for the rest of the day. Any final thoughts from you before we part ways?
Yeah, I want everybody to be safe. Have a great day. Treat everybody the way you'd like to be treated, because you know what goes around comes around. And I'll see you tomorrow.
I'm not so sure I believe that, because if that were the case, you and I, Terry, should have unlimited karma from all the good stuff that we've given away here on Horse Racing Radar TV. But no matter what you're doing, I do believe, the golden rule is the best rule. Treat people like you want to be treated. And then from there, make sure that you do everything possible to have God's grace and God's favor, so everything in your life can end up, Terry, in
the winner's circle.
Indeed. We'll see you tomorrow for Parx. Until then, make it a blessed Money Monday.